goodness me. I was hoping that I was going to be on the last season, I'll be away home. But you're not, you're here, and I'm shitting myself. Right, okay. So, right, how do we get this clicker going? Hit click, right, swipe right? Right. Oh, this is different. Ah, there we go, that's what I'm looking for there. Oh, the cheaper, so back on. There we go. Dev, did you see that wee picture of you there? Right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute honour to be here in the Maiden City. And the first thing I want to say is that I absolutely love the Everglades Hotel. And there's one big reason why I love the Everglades Hotel. And he's standing down there in the corner, Mr. Neil Devlin, absolute legend. Now, Neil, you knew I'd put you in this show, you knew it. And look, here, absolute great guy, and he's the reason why we're in this wonderful hotel. You're doing a great job, mate, and I love you to bits. Right, so my name is Chris Suitor. I am a loving husband, I am a loving father to two wonderful little girls, and I'm a business owner. And in my spare time, I'm a self-proclaimed motivator, I am an emerging DJ, I am a media commentator, social media influencer. I hate that term, but anyway, that's what they give me. I'm a social media influencer, and soon to be boxing MC. So tomorrow, actually Saturday night, I have my first professional gig as a boxing MC. And every boxing MC needs a slogan. And guess what mine is? I'm from Northern Ireland, I'm from Belfast, and it's, ladies and gentlemen, it's us now! So, that's the first time I've ever done the microphone. Anyway, look, I am from the big smoke. I am from Belfast, and it's the #1 city, as you know. And to be totally honest with you, we down there pretend that up here doesn't really exist. You know, Derry, it's like the annoying little baby brother that just won't go away, that wants to play football with you, and you just don't want, get away from me, I want to play football with my mates. So we just ignore you. But then a couple of years ago, Derry girls came along. And all of a sudden, Derry's cool as, so we Belfasties, we want to come up and suddenly we want to get in on that piece of the action. And all of a sudden, our wee, younger, annoying little brother has grown up into this big fit jock with all his fit mates. So look, I'm really glad to be here. So when the gorgeous Gary, where's the gorgeous Gary? When the gorgeous Gary asked me to do this talk, I absolutely jumped at the chance and started to do a little bit of research into what they call legendary, or Stoke City, or the Walled City, or the flipping place with the most names you've ever heard of. So, Londonderry is unique, and that's one thing that I have learned. It's unique. It's the only word in the English dictionary that has 6 silent letters. So you go, Derry. Like, isn't that unbelievable? Derry, honestly, I've never come across anything like it in my life. It's also the same as Belfast, and on a more poignant note, it has its issues, and as we all know, well-documented mental health issues. So, oh, hold on. Where are we? Come back, Gary, where are you? There you go, right, so, where was it? Right, so when gorgeous Gary asked me to do this talk, Suitor, hi, will you please come and talk some of your motivational shite to these guys? Hi. I was like, absolutely no problem at all. So here we are. And I've been asking myself this question this last couple of weeks. What the hell am I doing here? And you know, resilience, what do I know about that? My problem is I'm the perennial yes man, okay? So no matter what anybody asks me, I immediately say yes before they've even finished the sentence. So when the gorgeous Gary Kidney says, Chris, I want you to do a talk. Yes, I'll do it. About resilience. And I'm going, shit, what's resilience? So I go, yes, Gary, I can do it. Look, I think of myself as a can, not a can't. And I say, Gary, yes, I can. And then all of a sudden, I go, what the hell am I doing here? So, look, what I have learned is that throughout what I do with my social media platform, I choose to motivate people and make them smile, make them laugh, try and inject some happy vibes into the world. And knowing what gorgeous Gary is all about, I'm thinking to myself, surely I'm bound to be able to add some value to one of his talks. So I give it a big sign me up, Gary. Now, as time passed, thinking more closely about the event and what it stood for and what it was trying to achieve, I started to research resilience. And it's a word that I knew, but I didn't really give much attention or pay much attention to. So as you do, you delve into YouTube, you delve into Google, you start researching resilience. What does it mean? And one of the themes that I started to see recurring is that the only videos and the only kind of pages that got the most hits and came up first were those from either people that were psychological experts or had really suffered from severe traumatic events, like many of the people that we've heard here tonight. And I'm starting to think to myself, well, you know, what has a devilishly handsome wee fella from Belfast with really, you know, born into the Lucky Sperm Club, you know, from a good family, with good upbringing, no real traumatic events, you know, what kind of value am I going to bring to this event? Hold on, turn over. I'm a notes man, as you can see. So, I struggled for weeks, and I really did struggle for weeks, and the amount of times I had texts written in the phone with Gary's name on and saying, Gary, pull me from this event, I know fuck all about this, okay? And I mean it, I know nothing about this guy, I have nothing to, I can't do this club. So what I did was, my gut kept telling me to stick at it and think to yourself, Chris, there's got to be a message in what you do every day of the week. There's got to be someone in the audience that are going to connect with me and get some value out of it. So I started delving deeper into resilience and trying to relate my own personal experience to it. So, and I also tried to look at it from an educational perspective so that whenever I'm standing up here, I have something to say and you all don't think I'm an idiot, right? So, let me start off my piece with a statement. And hopefully, I've missed that one, right? This one. That everybody's problems are relevant to themselves. And as it turns out, as I look deeper into it, I actually have had some adversity in my life. And in fact, I have had many adversities and some issues that are still going on to this day. Right away from childhood, right the way through into adolescence, into all my many different businesses, right up into my personal adult life, there is adversity. And I completely dismissed all of it as meaningless and irrelevant. And whenever I look back now, I can only kind of see like I've had a great life. But actually, thanks to writing this piece for this talk, it's actually given me an insight into my life and what has shaped me as a person to be standing here right now. So, I got the standard, probably above average bullying as a kid. I've lost close relatives. I have had a business that failed. I have had my heart broken many times. I also broke many hearts, of course. And I've been told, like 10 years ago, I'm sitting in the doctors, I'm told, Chris, you can't have kids. Right, I never got that sorted out, but you can imagine what that was like. I have witnessed, and I'm still witnessing, severe illness from my very, very close inner circle, including mum and dad. And look, there's many things that I'm not really going to go into detail on, but things that have shaped me as a person, and looking back now, I can realise that I am one resilient motherfucker relative to myself and to my own problems, right? So from starting out thinking that I don't even know what resilient is, I'm starting to think here, actually, maybe I'm pretty resilient, okay? So, and you know what, that's all we can be. We can only own our own resilience. And I truly believe that everyone sitting in this audience can relate to me on that. So, life is a series of lessons. And one of the things I've learned when researching this topic is that resilience can be taught. It can be learned. I was one of those people that thought resilience really only comes through experience. And if you haven't been there, you haven't learned it, you're not resilient. And it turns out that the strategies that are used to become more resilient are exactly the same strategies that I preach through my social media. And I flicked through different websites looking for inspiration, and the same key things kept coming up. That way to promote positive mental attitude, promote gratitude, promote optimism, promote dealing with failure, being kind to others. These are all things that I don't just talk about every day, but these are things that I actually live every day. So, on a daily basis. So after a lot of soul searching, a lot of deliberation, I finally found myself thinking, yes, maybe I will come and do this talk, and maybe I will have something to say. So, this is my 5 more ways to become hopefully more resilient, hopefully more content in your life, and 5 more ways to smile. So this is obviously me over here. This is a lovely girl called Annette Kelly. She runs Little Penny Thoughts, and that's my beautiful wife, Nicola, up there. And those are 2 of the best positive people that I know around me, and obviously that plonker there. Right, so the first one, positivity. Now, flip me, positivity, where do I start? PMA for short, not to be confused with PMT, because no level of positivity can ever sort that. One of the things I am best known for, ladies laughing, right, one of the best things that I am known for is my unfaltering positivity. And I find positivity in the weirdest places and in the weirdest situations. For me, positivity is a choice. It's a life choice. I choose to be positive. I live it, I breathe it, I own it. Positivity is my shield. And once you truly take ownership of it, you can truly reap the benefits of it. When something bad or negative happens, I've been able to train my brain into thinking of a much more optimistic and almost altruistic way of dealing with the problem. And so, you know, the worst thing you can do is actually point and blame, so you can point the finger, blame people, feel that the whole world is against you. I don't think like that. I enjoy taking responsibility of myself and whatever situation faces me, and I'm confident that I have the tools to deal with it. As I said before, I am a can, and I'm not a can't. Right? That's a can't. just clarifying that, okay? Now, it takes work. And for some people, it will work, it will take longer than others. But anyone can choose this. There are many, many, many well-documented ways to increase positivity in your life. And one of the things that I always talk about is remember that we are on a journey. This is all a journey. And that's something that I really can't stress enough. Every one of us will progress through their life at different paces. It's the same thing whenever you choose to go down a more positive approach. You will progress at a different pace than the person sitting next to you. But the main thing is to start with small steps. And some of the small steps that I talk about is to try and maybe read books with positive messages. Try blocking out negativity. And it sounds like a generalized statement, but it is something you can actually actively choose to do. Remove that negative things from your life, particularly if you can, negative people. Now, obviously, if you're married to them or in your family, you're kind of fucked and there's nothing really you can do. So you just kind of have to work out a way to block out their crap, okay? And that's actually something. Now, better choose my words right here, or it makes me think my wife. There's somebody within my circle who's very, not very positive, and I've just found a way of dealing with his shit. Right? But anyway, that's fine. So you can feel a way to do that. And another thing that I say is to try and surround yourself with positive role models. Even if it's just on social media, that's one of the big upsides of social media, is that we have many positive outlets, many blogs to follow, many people to follow, and we can get our positive role models from that. Another thing that I always preach, which is try and cut out negative influences on your body, particularly the likes of drugs and the likes of alcohol, that don't do you any good. Now, I know we all enjoy a night out, get blocked, everything's fucking wonderful, but try and just cut it out a bit. Don't maybe cut it out completely, but cut it out a bit. And one of the things, the most important things, which is at the bottom here, which is exercise more and eat healthier. Part of leading a more positive, more meaningful life is being healthier in yourself. And then you can get rid of the drink and the drugs, and you can actually make your own drugs. Our body produces this amazing thing called dopamine, and it makes you feel absolutely flipping magic. So what you've got to do in the morning is get up, get out, and get at it, and go and exercise more, and I'm going to talk more about that wee slogan later on. Now, next is appreciate the small things. Now, I have been deliberating this part of my talk. In fact, I should have put a flipping question mark beside it, because you guys are going to think that I'm a complete and utter Fruit Loop by the time I'm finished with this, okay? So what do I mean by appreciate the small things? Hands up in here who practices gratitude every day. Excellent. That is first class. I find this practice greatly rewarding. Now, I might actually find my gratitude in slightly different areas than many of you. I try and concentrate on the micro things, okay? And what I mean by the micro things, the first thing I'm going to mention here, and I promise I'm not insane, okay? Light switches, right? A basic light switch. Think of how amazing this thing is. You walk over to it, and you press a button, and the fucking lights come on. Like, that is literally unbelievable. I'm looking at this thing going, click off, on, going, that's unbelievable. On, keep it on. You think of the people in the world that don't have electricity and that don't have light switches. We here can just turn the lights on by the flick of a button. Another thing, running water. Now again, please guys, listen to me then. I promise I'm not insane, okay? Running water, you go up to your tap, you get your glass out, you put it under the tap, and you turn the water on, and fresh, clean, cold drinking water comes out, it goes into your cup, and you're thinking, oh my goodness me, that is just unbelievable. See the amount of people in the world that don't have fresh running water, and we have it on a flipping tap. Like, honestly, it's flipping up here. If you want it hot, you just flick it to the other side and hot water comes out of it. You think like, my God, if I want hot water, I don't have to boil anything. Talk air. Actually, we're going with kettles. Think of the basic kettle. You fill the kettle up with water, you plug it in, press a button, 5 minutes you get boiling water. Now, you imagine going back before the bimetallic strip. How long ago was that? Say let's go back, let's even go back maybe not 100 years, let's go back more, let's go back 200 years. Imagine having to run about finding sticks. To have to rub sticks together, create a fire, walk to your nearest well or your nearest lake, carry the water back, pour it into a jug or something, or like stick it on your fire, and wait there for about an hour and a half until you get boiling water. Do you know, we just go to a kettle and flick a switch, and you've got boiling water. It's just absolutely unbelievable. We live in one seriously blessed time for the human race. We are in the 0.0000001%, maybe another zero in there. Anyway, 1% of humanity, and it's something that I don't think that we fully appreciate. Is that right, Connie? Yeah? It's something we don't fully appreciate. We get it so good. See, no matter what is going on in your life at the minute, we still, as a human race, get it so good. And this is one hell of a time to be alive, and I just feel that we need to appreciate it more. We are so, so lucky. Now, I'm going to finish this piece with one last little piece of small thing, micro appreciation. And I know you're all going to go home, or maybe not home tonight, but maybe in the morning, and you're going to think of this. So, think in the morning, you get up out of bed, you go into the toilet, and you sit in the toilet, and you do your business, right? Sounds pretty normal, doesn't it? Yeah? You get up, you wipe the bowl, and you throw the stuff in the bin. Or Brian, not you, I know that, Brian, not you. Anyway, Brian, you remember those days? You remember those days, right? So, and that's fine. So you stand up, you're looking at your business, you go to the top of the toilet, and you either press a button, or you pull a lever, or you flush a chain, and your shite is somebody else's business. Like, that's the truth. And it's something that we just don't appreciate. We just take it for granted. It's not the toilet, that's where we do the shite. So, but you know what I mean? There are these small, what I'm trying to get at here, right? What I'm trying to get at here is that there are these amazing small little triggers everywhere you look. And it's down to you to take a personal decision to notice them, to appreciate them, and use them to your advantage to change your mindset into thinking that little bit more positively and own your own mindset. Now, I'm just saying, any of you follow me online, right? Okay. If you do go to your toilet in the morning and you have that thought, send me a message in the morning to let me know. I want to see if that's worked. Right? So, you can imagine I'm thinking, I'm reading this stuff that I've written going, I'm going to say this in front of 300 people. Am I for real? But it's a poignant post, and I know it's a poignant statement, and it's something that you can really, really relate to. Small, tiny, positive micro things. The minute you start appreciating the micro, it helps you to appreciate the macro. Okay? So, right. Has anybody got a glass of water? My mouth is like a slipper. Gary, would you grab me a wee glass of water, buddy? Thank you. Right. Next one. This is class. Find something you like and do it over and over. Thank you. Water. Thank you very much. I'm taking water in jugs. Look at that. It's class. Right. So, where was it? Yes. Find something you like and do it over and over and over and over and over again. This one is a cracker because it's actually really, really easy, and it's something that you can implement tonight. Right from now, I have things that I enjoy doing over and over and over again, and I practice them daily. Okay? And one of the things, the first thing that I have up there is music, right? So I am massively into music, and again, as I've said before, I'm massively into mindset. And one of the things that I use music for is to help my mindset, to lift me up, particularly in the morning. I know the mornings are some of the hardest times, okay? Because you're sleeping, you're body's relaxed, the last thing you want to do is get up and flip and listen to music and go to the gym, go to work, whatever. I listen to this music, and most of us probably won't even know what it is. It's called uplifting trance, okay? Hands up, who knows what uplifting trance is? Oh, here, not so bad. Right, anyway, so it's a very sort of up-tempo, EDM, electronic dance music type stuff, but its main ethos, as it's in the name, is uplifting, and has lots of lovely, positive, melodic melody, okay, that lifts me up in the morning. The first thing I do when I get into my car, I get the tunes on, and I turn them up full blast, and I'm driving to work, or driving to the gym, one hand on the steering wheel, the other hand on back. And you know, and if you watch the videos, I've usually every now and again I put them up on Instagram, and I tend to laugh at myself, but look, it is what it is. And yeah, it's just one of those things. It invokes positive emotions, and see, because I like doing it, and it invokes those emotions within me, guess what? I do it over, and I do it over, and I do it over again every single day of my life. It's into the car, going to work, tunes on, pump them up, and it makes me feel absolutely flippin' brilliant. So, do it over and over again. The next thing, let me see, food, right? So, I love to eat, as you can see, okay? And my favourite meal, my favourite part of the day is breakfast. And I like either one of two things. I like porridge with Nutella, peanut butter and granola on it, or I like my wife's oatcakes with peanut butter, Nutella and bananas on it. So guess what? Every single day in life, I have either one or other of those. And it's just another thing that I do over, and I do over, and I do over again, and it helps me with my mindset. The next thing, the gym, right? Let's take the gym. One of the things that people generally talk to me most about is like, I can't get motivated to go to the gym, don't want to go. Sometimes I get up in the morning, sometimes, inverted commas, okay? And I don't want to go to the gym, but I do go anyway, okay? And one of the things that I do, one of those wee positive trigger mechanisms, is that on the way home from the gym, I call into my local coffee shop and I get a flat white. And I absolutely love the flat white. I mean, like, it's like nectar. It's called 5%, by the way, so it's and plug. And it is unbelievable. So it's one of those things that I use to get me up to the gym, because I know if I go to the gym, I'll go home via there, I'll get a wee flat white, and I'll feel absolutely great about it. And it's something, again, that I do over and over and over again. You can see the theme here. Right, the biggest thing that makes me get up in the morning and that I do over and over again is that I try to make other people smile. And this is the thing that is most important to me. It's what I really do with social media. It's also what I do in business. It's also what I do in general in my life. And on the social media, I have this inspirational catchphrase that is get up, get out, and get at it. And it's something that I touched on earlier. And it actually came from my mum. And I was probably a lazy kid and used to love lying in bed. And all I can remember as a kid is my mum shouting, get up, get out, get out. And you know, do you see back then, I hated it. You know, I was like, my mum, you shut up and let me lie in bed. But anyway, you know, as time went on and as life moved on, I actually realised, you know what, it's a great mantra. It really is a truly great mantra. And it's something that I say to myself the minute I wake up in the morning, that Chris was right, you have to get up, you have to get out, and you have to get at it. And again, it's something that doesn't come naturally to everybody, but you can train yourself to do it. Now, one of the great things about having social media and doing this type of stuff is that people have a platform to get back to you, they have a platform to talk to you. And I get lots of amazingly inspirational messages from other people saying that how my mindset and how the way I approach life and my slogan, get up, get out, get at it, is helping them through their daily life and helping them stay that little bit more positive. And see, now, knowing that actually in turn helps me get up, get out, get at it the next morning, because I know I'm going to get up, I'm going to do a wee video, I'm going to help a load of people, they're going to send me messages, I'm going to feel great for doing it, and guess what? I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again, and do it over and over and over. It's a win-win situation. So you can see, I love doing things for other people. Being a good human releases those hormones, including the dopamine, that makes you feel great about yourself. And I love having a positive impact on people's day. You never know the difference a smile can make. See, as long as people are laughing, and I don't mind whether you're laughing at me or you're laughing with me, see, as long as you're laughing, that's all that matters. And one of the things that this leads itself to is working and flexing your awareness muscle, being aware of the world around you and your place in it, and being aware of how you affect other people that you're around. You gotta flex your awareness muscle. Okay, so next. My next one is be kind to yourself. Sounds like something ridiculously basic, doesn't it? But again, following on from flexing our awareness muscle, being kind to yourself is massive. Self-worth, self-respect are two of the biggest problems in our society. Too much emphasis has been put on, and too much emphasis has been put on achievement and social status. I think that we have lost what being human is all about. For me, my self-worth and self-respect is not due to my academic success, it's not due to my business success, or not due to how much money I've made. It's about being the best possible version of myself that I can be every day. And so I've noticed some of the other speakers talked about that tonight. So I get a massive kick, and I mean a massive kick, from trying and hopefully succeeding to be a nice guy. If you follow me online, you'll see all that sort of stuff that I get up to. And being a good person is something that you can actually teach, okay? And I heard a great term from a dear friend of mine who I put a picture up of earlier on, Annette Kelly. She runs a blog called Little Penny Thoughts. And one of her statements was your vibe attracts your tribe. And I think if you can, it's a key thought when you're being kind to yourself. The more self-respecting person you can be, the better you are to the people around you, therefore rhetorically the better they are to you, and it kind of self-perpetuates. And it's something that you can teach. And whenever you teach it, and whenever you live it, and whenever you feel it, and you're starting to feel more you're starting to feel that wee bit more respect in yourself, you actually find that you attract other things, and you attract more self-respected, more positive people into your circle, and they then become more positive role models. So the next one that I put there is something that my wife always says. She's a yoga teacher, and this is something that this is one of her positive affirmations that she says to her class to say to themselves, and that's that you are enough. Positive affirmation is a great way to self-heal and self-progress. To keep that self-awareness, there's only one true boss in your life, and that is yourself. You're the only true boss. But you've got to try, another thing you've got to do, being kind to yourself, is try not to criticize yourself, but decide really to learn from your mistakes, and most of all, accept responsibility for your actions. Too many people immediately shift the blame onto something else, someone else. You have to stand up, take and be counted, and take ownership of yourself. Again, it's that awareness muscle. It's okay to fail. It's absolutely okay to fail. In fact, part of the person I am, I always enjoy failing at things because it gives me an opportunity to fix them. I love fixing things, so it's the sort of thing. Own your failures. Now, the next one is that, and this is one of the most important, you have to realise that shit happens. And let's face it, pain, suffering, sadness, it's everywhere, and it doesn't discriminate. It happens to everyone. So how do we deal with it? Well, first again, we're flexing that awareness muscle. You have to accept that it happens. You have to learn that it just happens, and it happens everywhere. And in many cases, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. One of the philosophies that I enjoy studying is a philosophy called Stoicism. And one of its founding philosophies is, I better read this because I always get it wrong, is that we cannot control and we don't control external events, only ourselves and our responses. Now, what does that really mean? Well, what it means is, rather than getting caught up in the whys and the what fors, get busy with the response, deal with the problem, accept the situation, and move on. It's something that I think we should be teaching our young kids, because they've almost lost that way of dealing with problems. And one of the major downsides of social media is that we live in an age now of where you see the perfect life. And many people with a personal social media platform, and it's absolutely fine, but they genuinely promote their positive things and what they do and what's good in their life. And that's fine for the vast majority of people in society, but there are some people out there that just don't have the tools to deal with that, and they're constantly comparing themselves to others, and that's where their mindset goes downhill and other bad stuff can happen. So I think if we start to teach our kids from the start that like, shit just does happen and you have to deal with it, you have to accept it, I think that is a good way forward in helping them become more resilient. Now, let me see, where was I? Yes, this is one part, we're just talking about the perfect life. Part of what I try to do with my social media online is that I try to show that my life isn't all flipping roses and whatever else, right? I almost really to actually take more pride in when things go wrong and taking a video of it and showing that I'm eating a shit sandwich that day and the things are terrible. But you know what? It's okay, and I'm dealing with it, and I'll get on with it. It's something that I think a lot more of our social media influencers should do, to show that when shit hits the fan, there is ways around it, and you can get over it. You just have to accept that it does happen. So, let me see. We're nearly there. Now, one of the things I touched on earlier on is failure. And it's again an absolutely epic point that failure is part of success. And as I said before, I almost enjoy making mistakes. For me, it's a part of life, it's part of the learning curve. Failure has taught me so many amazing life stories that I am almost thankful for most of them. There's some that I'm not thankful for, but briefly that I mentioned, my first business failed, and it did. But did I let it get me down? Hell no. I chose it to get me up. And I learned from it, but just to make sure that I didn't make the same mistakes again. Did I feel like a failure? Yes, I did. Because I was a failure. But I was only a failure in business, and that's only a part of my life. And a part of my life that I could change, and that I could work at, and that I could make it better. So I did. Shit happened, I accepted it, and I moved on, and I dealt with it. So, here we are, eh? Right, so to come full circle, what the hell am I doing here? And I'd love to say, Dave, that I'm coming up to see, I actually made that wee duck for the Everglades Hotel, right? It was the flipping worst 2 days of my life. But it's an absolutely great job, man. It's sitting out in the foyer, Dave, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so what the hell am I doing here? To be honest, it's only from doing this talk that I realised just how resilient I was, and that it's something that I practice and promote every single day. You have heard some absolutely amazing stories tonight, truly amazing stories tonight. But remember, if you can take anything away from my rambling, is that everybody's problems are relative to themselves. You can only deal with what's put in front of you. You need to try and stay positive. You need to try and appreciate the small things. You need to find something you like and do it over and over and over again. You need to be kinder to yourself. You need to accept that shit happens. And in the morning, and I mean every morning, get up, get out, and get at it. Thank you.